Hello, and welcome to Stardew Valley. My name is Trismegistus. This is day 16, Tuesday, day 16 of spring. So, last episode, we were out like some dirty stop out, mining. We got back too late, so we've lost some energy, but we now have the miracle of salmon berries. There should be a lot more salmon berries, because salmon berry season started yesterday, didn't it? It goes until I can't remember when. I think it's something like the 18th. There are about 4 days the seasons, and I seem to recall the middle two are generally the the best days. So the plan today is to sort of focus on that. Get lots and lots of salmon berries. And then, because we didn't pick up very much coal, I was hoping we'd pick up a bit more coal so that we could fish today. There's nothing else going on. Pam is the next birthday coming up, but that's not for a few days, so it won't be for a couple of episodes. That's a little weather report. Beautiful sunny day tomorrow. We haven't got enough cash to do tools anyway, so for a little while we actually don't need it to rain. Well, other than saving the energy of not having to water. Spirits are somewhat mildly perturbed today. Luck will not be on your side. We've had a lot of apparently unlucky days. As I think I showed you in the other previous video, you being unlucky, as it were, doesn't have a massive effect, really. Anyway, dear neighbour, I hope you are feeling settled in your new home. I'm writing to let you know that PS Store is now selling fertilisers. So here you go. Here's your fertilisers coming in. They improve the quality of the crops. Why don't you swing by and see if you can afford a few dozen boxes or so? Yeah, they are certainly the quality fertiliser pays for itself. So we didn't, because we were so out so late last night. We didn't really tidy up. So I'll just chuck everything in here. Didn't really need to chuck my sword in there. Oh, the salmon berries. There you go. Okay, so what we need, obviously, is a sword. Might as well carry our hoe around. We need that. Also take that. And then we'll sort ourselves out later on. Okay, so let's get watering. What are you jumping up and down about? It's the most efficient when you're watering to try and stand in the middle like this, but the hitbox and stuff isn't quite accurate enough, I find. So I often just try and do the sort of 3 in a row, so which is slower, but I don't think it makes a massive amount of difference. Okay, so as you can see here, we're basically using a watering can's worth of water. So it's not that many crops you get out of the watering can. So if we're going around doing salmon berries, and then with the idea that perhaps we'll pop into the mine, what we can do is take a pickaxe, and I might take the axe and chop some of the trees down, because we're going to be gathering salmon berries, which is energy. So I might do that. Yeah, let's do that. I should have put that in the other thing. We might as well take those. I can sell that. Take that with us and that with us to go, because we'll head up to the mine. As I say, we haven't really got enough stuff to go fishing as such. Now we're doing loads of copper bars. So we could take the bug meat up to the other place. Should I take cave carrots with us as well? No, I won't take them with us, but we'll pop them in here because they're a consumable. That should go in there as well. What you can do, what I've now got as a recipe, I'm not sure I mentioned this, when you get that wild seeds recipe, basically you can take those naturally occurring, seeds, that's naturally occurring forage items, and convert them into seeds. You get 10 seeds, so you're taking 4 you know, one of each, and converting them into 10 seeds, which you would then plant and get more. So you can effectively do a sort of a, you know, sort of building exponential chain of stuff. What I will show you, I mean, because you do the bait literally, and you get 5 out of every bug meat. And you remember, I mean, every single cast uses up a bait, so you know, we might as well convert all of them. There is another use for bug meat, but we'll put them down there. I was going to sell that, wasn't I? I can't remember what that other use is, to be totally frank. We will sell that. Grab this Salmon Berry. Which way are we going to go? Let's go this way. So the forage up there. Always nice. Oh, another one as well. Might as well pop these down here. Keep them out of the way. What I might actually do is, I say, chop these trees down. It's not a bad way of getting a little bit of your... because I'm pretty sure wood is... or chopping trees anyway, counts as part of your forage, and it also clears that so you can actually see better. So, you know, there could be a forage hidden behind this this tree which I couldn't see, and it's easier to chop these lads down because you've not got all that crap around that you get on your own farm. Come on, Salmon Berries. So if we head... which way? If we head round here... Clint's is now open. There we go, there's another berry of salmon. So what happens with the salmon berries is... I think it's random. And I think all plants produce salmon berries. Or all of these types of bushy lads produce salmon berries. But some of them produce double, so you can harvest them one day and then they'll sprout another crop. The other thing to note, and it's weird when you sort of think about it, these plants that are giving us salmon berries will also give us a second crop. During autumn, they'll also give us, now are they blackberries or... I think they're blackberries. It's allowed to Lewis, shall we? Just place anything you want to sell in the shipping box next to your house. I'll be interested in seeing what kind of things you put in there. That was interesting that you can actually now build new shipping boxes. So I'm just going to have to tweak my headphone settings. It's a little bit too loud. Anyway, so we can put these out of the way here. And what we want to do is get Clint to do our geodes. Now, as I said before, you can buy... Okay. Have we had a thunder egg before? I don't think we have. He buys all of that stuff, so you know... Ooh! Crikey, that's awesome. Some iridium. Wow, that's a good one. Omni geodes give basically completely... Yes, there's Gunther. Yeah, so that's awesome, that. We've got some iridium already. Shall we say hello to him? If you want me to upgrade your tools, corrector, maybe a fee, of course. So, if I just check here, so if I wanted to upgrade, it is 2,000, okay. So we do need a bit of cash, really, before we can do that. So rainy days aren't going to be hugely helpful to us at the moment. Donate to the museum. Let's put that among those. Oh, new reward, okay. Now, is this the first of the rubbish rewards? Is it furniture? Yeah. Oh, although we've got a starfruit seed as well. That's nice. You get these furniture, and I mean they're fine, you know. But once you've got the big house, you know, having them all is fine. But you know, we don't really need to be carrying that around at the moment. Say hello to Jazz, shall we? What? Giggle. Hi. She's very shy, Jazz. It's very endearing. More salmon berries here. See if we can grab this without it going into the river. So you got the sewers here. You get a key that lets you get into the sewers, but we get that later on. So I might have, I say, it's not because we haven't got much coal, and I want to grab salmon berries while they're available. We're not really going to be doing much other than this today, I think. Some scourchins, some sea urchins, coral, okay. So we can flog most of this. Get out of the way so I don't accidentally click on it, and I know how many spaces I've got left. Oh, that's hello to Elliot. A great idea can pass through your head when you least expect it, but if your mind is too busy, you might miss it. Well, I really must get back to my work. He's a writer, Elliot, and he lives in this rundown shack. It's quite funny when you go through his little cutscenes and his little plot thing. I won't spoil it in case we manage to do that. So I'll quickly rootle around in the bins. I wonder if I can. I can't chop that down, can I? No. It's a bit random which ones you can chop and can't chop. So here we should have the mother lode, really, of salmon berries. And I say we'll also try and clear out all of this rubbish here. We might as well do it at some point, and we'll get a few, stones and bits of wood, and it frees up more space for foraging to drop, which I think I've already explained. Basically, the foraging, and most things in fact in the game, are based really on random chance. It's an RNG system. It also, to be totally frank, clearing these things up, it looks nicer, which, I think there's plenty to be said for that. Oh, I got 2 out of that one. Nice. I want 2 out of there as well. I wonder if we've secretly leveled up. You sometimes, I think I mentioned this before, you get a sort of an effect where you have actually, yeah, I'm getting 2 on most of them now. Where you level up and it gives you the benefit of leveling up, but obviously it can't tell you. I've gone the wrong way, haven't I? I should go over the bridge and come round. Got a bit distracted following the bits and pieces. Yeah, so if we go over the bridge and come round. So we're not really going to get much chance to do anything other than this foraging today. But we'll end up with, I don't know, probably 40. Especially now that we're getting 2. So we are getting 2 every time. I'm not going to chop all of these trees today. All of these berries, you see. All of these lovely berries. This is an unfortunate thing. I think you can't go down here and sort of clean this up. You'll have to be able to tidy it up properly. Oh, we've got horseradish as well. Come here. Oh, I've not got any room, have I? No, I'll just leave it. Because one of the things you can do, you can obviously, as I've shown you, you can plant the trees, right? And therefore you can have the trees on the farm, but you may want to convert them to the pine cones and whatever to what they call them, field snacks, and use them for energy. Okay, which is a perfectly good thing to do. So one of the reasons I think that these trees are out here, and you'll have noticed that it's all the tree types. So we've got pines here, there's maple trees and oak trees. So all of the trees are out here. And that therefore means that they're not a limited, like a limited resource. So if you chop them all down on your farm and turn all of the seeds into, and turn them all into field snacks, then in theory you could get rid of all trees. So he's put them around here, and I mentioned before, they respawn in order that you can't do that. You can always have access to trees. Geode as well. Wasn't expecting that. I got these plants here as well. So we do need to head up to the mines. What we can actually do with that geode is we can use it as a bit of a test, I think. If I leave it there and remember to come back tomorrow, because again tomorrow is going to be very similar to today, but if I leave it there, we can see whether it keeps the item. And stone away, sap in there. So in my planty one, I'll put them in there. And should I start keeping, because clams you can use in recipes. I say coral's virtually useless. That's a summer seed, isn't it? And that's a summer seed as well, so we can't plant them anyway. How many daffodils have we want? We probably want another one, because daffodils you can give, I say, pretty much to anybody, so it's worth having a sort of a stockpile of things. Everything else, should we sell? I don't know that scurchins aren't part of the... Let's have a look, shall we? Rather than speculate. Maybe the ocean crab pot? No. No, that's not got scurchins on. No. Speciality, no. River fish, no. Night fish, no. I never looked up, did I? We were going to do a crab pot. Yeah, you see, you need iron bars. There is actually a thing a perk you can take, which takes it back, takes it down to copper. So we do need to head up to the. Do need to head up to the mines area, so that we can drop off this stuff, and we can also, again, look for salmon berries. So you can actually pop into Linus's tent if you want. Hello, Linus. So here's all his gear here. Have you come to ridicule me? I'm just minding my own business. Oh, poor Linus. Get a job. So we will nip round here. The ones on the lake also will get set, or the one there will get salmon berries. But if you think about the time it takes to walk round there, it's kind of a unproductive thing to be doing. So I was way off. I said 40, didn't I? We've actually got 90 bloody salmon berries. Oh, and I can pick all of this stuff up as well that I left here. Oh, that's good enough fishing. Like I planned it. So, what I need to do, I need to 5, one of them. Pop that in. Oops, leave that going there. So is there anything else we want? So I can probably show, I wonder how many it can actually take. There you go. To get them off, you literally just right click again. Yeah. Fiberglass rod. That's That's all junk. Yep, okay. Adventurous Guild is closed anyway. I thought I might try and pop in there, see if there are any swords we could afford, which there aren't. If I just go around the bottom here, see if there's any... Oh, there is one down there. How are we doing with time? 11:10. I don't want to go to bed too late today. No, yeah, 2 Salmon Berries again. So I'm convinced that's levelled up. Oh, one of the things to note, this is an area you can get to, and in fact, shall I do that tomorrow? Get those Salmon Berries as well? Because they stay on the... It's got 3 each of them. Might as well have 3. Keep them even so that we could convert them all into seeds when we're done. So we want to pop that fibre, put the clay in there. We might as well take that. Do I need to carry them anymore? I probably don't, do I? If I'm... Although I might actually see if I can do it quicker tomorrow and... We'll see. I could have taken the cherry bomb up there as well. With the quartz you can convert it into... what does it convert into? I can't remember. It's not glass, but... Yep, okay. And that's the end of day 16. There you go, you see. 1 extra efficiency plus 1 wild berry harvesting. There you go. So that's why it's suddenly started giving us 2 salmon berries every time we give the bush a shake. New crafting room, charcoal kiln. You can use that to convert wood into coal. We might do that. It eats through wood like you wouldn't believe, and of course energy is required to chop all the wood, so it's less sort of costly obviously when you're higher level with better gear, but yeah. New crafting referee, wild summer seeds. Okay. How are we doing with money? Oh, well, considering we were just mainly after... Well, a lot of that was stuff we left behind, wasn't it, in other places. So, yeah, I think that takes us over £2,000 as well. So we now have got the money to upgrade our watering can. Yep. Weather reports. Partially cloudy with light breeze, expect lots of pollen. Spirits are in good humour today. I think you'll have a little extra luck. So maybe if we can get into the mine. Oh, we got coleslaw again. Okay. She seems to be obsessed with coleslaw. Or he. Ah, so these have done. So, nope, I need that. So I might as well plant the mixed seeds. What day is it? 17. Yeah, so all of those, because what happens with mixed seeds is they can, it gives you, it's just like a random factor. It's the 17th, isn't it? I was going to say, because Pam's birthday next day, and actually Pam does, I know, and I checked, Pam does love parsnips, so you can, I can show you the effect of giving something to someone they officially love. I wonder why she loves parsnips. A bit of a random thing. Go and say hello to our cats. I'm pretty sure I said this. It doesn't really have any impact on the game, other than if you get the cat to the status where they love you, and it does give you a notification. That gives you sort of a bonus, gives you bonus points in the assessment of how well you've done. One of the things I could just show. How have I got them random plants? Oh, I picked them up, didn't I, from the... So we'll take that, and I'll take that as well, with the aim that we're going to head up. I'll also take some of the quartz. I say you can process it in the furnace, but that's a thing you really only want to do when you've got a lot of coal, which we do not have. I just want to check. I remember I got 3 of each of those. Yeah, so I can sell them. This game has, I think I mentioned this, excellent music. It's simple, you know. I'm not saying it's, you know, the most sort of dynamic and complex of music, but it really suits it down the ground. It's all cheerful and well. There's some specific bits of music that are not quite so cheerful and jolly, but it's so characterful, so kind of intrinsic to what the game is and what it's about, that when it's not playing, the game feels weird. When you turn it off, it sort of sucks some of the soul of the game out. That's a very dramatic way of saying something. But yeah, you can, you know, you sort of... It certainly makes... Because there's quite a lot of grinding in the game. You know, when fishing is a fun little mini-game, but when you've been doing it for days on end, as we will have to, because we need to process all our ore and all that stuff so that we can level up our tools. And that's how I'm doing it, you know, as I said before, I'm not min-maxing anything, I'm just doing that because we need that stuff. So we were gonna... That geode wasn't there, was it? Ah, so that's an interesting... That stayed though, you notice. They do hang around for a couple of days, so you don't... I mean, I'm doing this, as I say, because I really want these salmon berries. I mean, look at that. I mean, 114 we've got so far. And that is, you know, each one of those is worth 25 energy. So that's... I can't do it in my head. It's 2,500 energy, and this bar is only 270. So that's 10 entire energy refills. If my mental arithmetic is, I can chop that down with my sword if I've got my sword selected. Yeah, 10 entire refills of your energy bar, which is enormous. You know, you couldn't. You would run out of time. You know, you couldn't do that. You couldn't use up 10 energy bars. You know, you'd have to pass out every day, which is, you know, using your maximum energy. Which is having your maximum effect on, you know, losing energy. You remember, you know, oh bugger. So those did go in the thing, but you remember that we did that one yesterday, and because I mentioned about losing the berries. So some of them give multi things, and others only give the one, which is fine. I mean, it's, you know, so it's like a random thing. But what it means is if you come and do the energy, you know, do the harvesting, then you create slots in order to do more harvesting, which is pretty much true of the entire game, which is why you clear out those areas, because it gives more places for it to spawn forage, and you want it to spawn forage. The only thing I like about this town is the beach. So we've got no salmon. Oh, there's one out there. There's one there. Actually, have we got anything we can stick in the community centre on us? Okay, so there is nothing we can drop off. Oh, there's a wiggly worm over there, but that's too much walking around. Oh, this was another one that we picked yesterday, didn't we? Okay, so we're up to 130 salmon berries. There's been a lot less today, haven't there? A lot fewer, shall we say, if we want to speak English. I always thought that one of the rewards for the, the community centre would be that this would become a river again. But I don't know if it's the intention that that is a river, if you see what I mean. So we pop them away because we know we want to do that. I've just noticed this bubbling brook, bubbling thingy. So I think we might, and we do have a little bit of coal. I think we might just have a quick fish and then head into the mines. Can I? Oh, it's gone. Okay, never mind then. Okay, so I want sword, pickaxe. Do I want anything else? We've got salmon berries for energy. Take the bomb. Yeah, okay. So we're not going to spend too long in the mine, hopefully. It did say it was a lucky day, so we might pick up some coal. So you do need to get up quite far down to get to those monsters that I mentioned. Drop coal. Okay, no ladders. I wonder if there's a diggy-duggy over here. Oh, okay, so let's get... yeah, okay. Come on, ladders. Come on. Ah, yeah. I also got a... Oh, this area is overrun with monsters. So these are like random things, but basically it spawns a load of monsters. It's a bit annoying that it's decided to spawn all of these wormy lads, because these are a pain in the arse, because they do this thing where they turn, they grab the hard shell. This must be, that's a weird thing, because that must be a crab monster, because when it does these levels, it only ever puts in monsters, so we know there can't be any rocks. Oh, we did get a ladder. If it doesn't give you a ladder from the actual killings, then the ladder spawns next to the ladder. So we've got a bit of coal up here. I hate these bloody flies. These flying bugs are my favourite monsters to kill, because they literally just follow a very simple, path. Another overrun with monsters, okay. I got a cherry bomb there. You can actually, I might show you actually, if you keep whacking them with a thing. There you go, it knocks the shell off. Which is a very weird thing. It's also slightly creepy because they run away from you then, and it's like. Ah, Monster Slayer goal complete. What did we kill enough of? Is there a Dougie in here? No. You do have to kill all of the monsters on these. You may see in the top left corner there's an M. You see that up there? That means it's a monster level. So I am rubbish at the combat. Some coal though, that's good. 6 coal as well, that's not bad at all. I think they always give you at least 5. Ooh, hang on. Getting lots of bug meat. Oh yeah, he's already out of his shell. A way down has appeared, so that means it's back by the entrance, which is over this way. So this is very slow when it does these levels. What mine level are we at? 29. So I said we weren't going to spend too long here, didn't I? But if we can finish this off, then we get to 30, which means we get our next reward. Look at all this copper. Oh, missed. This, I think, is a higher level slime, which is one of the reasons. Oh, Windspire. What the heck is a Windspire? I thought maybe a ladder had dropped there. No. So we've not got any ladders, but we do have quite a lot of cherry bombs. So I hoped it might spawn a. It's 12 o'clock now. Oh, that's really annoying. Oh, come on. Ah, there is a ladder. There we go. Okay. So this gets us to 30. But we are going to have to go. So we've got salmon berries now, so we're not too. So I didn't actually want to spend that long in the mine, but it gave us those monster levels. Which took a long time. Am I going to make it back home? This is going to be very tight. I should whack everything in this chest, right? And then sort it through. Okay, so we want this, obviously the sword and our axe and our thingy. I don't mean 1 to 5 damage with extra crit power. Okay. So we want to take that, 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 that. Oh, we got a crab. He's a drop off at the community centre, isn't he? There. That. Got 2 ancient seeds. Okay. Wow. Oh. I'm just going to leave that without anything in it. I suspect we may not make it back, you know. If you pass out on your farm, it's not as bad as passing out. When you're out in the wild. 120. No, we're going to get back. we'll be okay. In fact, we'll be able to drop our stock off, I think. Oh no, we won't. 150. 2 o'clock is when you pass out. Yep, just made it. Blimey. Okay. So that is the end of this episode. So we got level 3 combat. I can't remember what Roots Platter's benefits are. But we got 5 extra HP, which is always good. Oh, we also got mining as well. Okay, pickaxe proficiency. And the ability to make miner's treat. Okay. So I'll just let this run through. We won't have got much because we, all we did was whack in that foraging we had from the plants in the morning. Anyway, so that's the end of the episode. If you've been watching, I hope you've enjoyed it, and you might consider coming back for another one. I've been Tristan Producers. This has been Stardew Valley. Thanks for watching. Cheers.